Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Zen Lounge. In this video, I'm here to share with you the light at the end of the tunnel. We've been stuck in a bear market. Some people call this a crypto winter for the past few years now. I'm here to show you the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm here to show you the 4-year method of making crypto millionaires related to the Bitcoin halving cycle. So, we're going to be talking about the Bitcoin halving cycle and what it means to altcoin investors and crypto investors in general. Some people might be looking at me and saying, Zen, I don't own any Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. And that's perfectly fine because this is a strong indicator for the entire market. So the Bitcoin halving cycle is a 4-year cycle that has consistently resulted in an increase in the price of Bitcoin and strong indicator for the next bull market. If you're wondering when the price of Bitcoin will go up or potentially when the next bull market is, the upcoming date for the next Bitcoin halving may be an excellent indicator. And we have an article from CNBC April 12th, just a few weeks ago. Bitcoin is 1 year away from a major technical event. History suggests the start of another bull run. And when Bitcoin was 30K, Bitcoin was up 80% at the time of this article since the start of the year. History shows the cryptocurrencies tend to perform well in the run up to its so-called halving, and I'll show you charts that prove this. So what is the Bitcoin halving? It's making Bitcoin more scarce. The Bitcoin halving occurs every 4 years, which reduces the rewards for successfully mining new Bitcoin by 50%. The aim is to reduce the supply of Bitcoin over time. The halving isn't the only factor impacting the price, but it's an important event for investors and core to the investment case for Bitcoin as store value with limited supply. So these are really important points, and this is going to be happening. There's no exact date yet, unknown, but it's going to be happening in April or May 2024. You see people talking about 2025. Well, 2025 should be the peak when all the celebrities, the Super Bowl ads, everyone's telling you to FOMO in at the top. That's when you want to be selling, taking profits. You don't want to be getting in at those times. You have to understand the cycles and how the media understands these. The big players like Elon Musk understand these cycles and why they're building in the bear and shilling in the bull. And also, as we get closer to these major technical events, expect there to be more FUD. Expect there to be more government FUD. Expect the Chinese banning Bitcoin news articles. Expect the Mount Gox FUD articles, because the big players want to accumulate before these major technical events and they want to shake you out. I'm going to show you some really cool quotes. And you could type it in yourself. There's many different researchers that have wrote like reports and articles on Bitcoin's halving impact on Bitcoin's price and how it's usually an indicator for the bull cycle. You could clearly see it here that leading up to the halving, going up, and then also immediately after the halving, you'll see a dramatic spike in wick. You'll see this happen in the charts every 4 years. And we're 1 year away. We're so close. The light's at the end of the tunnel. I remember when in 2019, I lost focus. So I had the pain of losing focus, which cost me a lot, and I promised I would see the entire bear market through with 100% focus this time around, because I've paid the cost of losing focus in these times. It's easy to lose focus in the bear markets when things aren't that exciting. And you might be saying, Zen, we're not in the same world as we were the past 4 cycles. We're in a different world, and I'll tell you, well, we're in a different world also in crypto markets. Let me read you a quote. What has happened in the past will happen again. This is because markets are driven by humans, and humans never change. So let's talk about things that have never happened also in the market. UAE has a regulatory framework for crypto. The UK also set up a regulatory framework for crypto. They timed these announcements perfectly with the lead up to the Bitcoin halving. Regulation plus crypto could be like throwing gas on a fire for this next cycle and cause a super cycle because we have more freedom. So a lot of people hear the term bull and bear. Let's really quick show you this quote real quick about why they call it bulls versus bears. So when bulls attack, they attack upwards with their horns. They swipe up when attacking. Uh, this a bull market is when there's optimism, there's hope, prices are going up. People can see prices going up, and we're in a bull market. So what bears do is when they're attacking their predator, they attack down. They swipe down when it's attacking. And bear markets is when there's a lot of pessimism, a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt. Prices are going down, which causes frustration. So that's the bull and the bear. That's the bull and the bear. And in bear markets, stocks return to their rightful owners. In bear market, stocks return to their rightful owners. And I wanted to bring up one thing for you to ponder on, for you to think about. This quote is even more important in the age of crypto airdrops. In the age of crypto airdrops, I think this is even more important of a quote. So let's read a few more quotes. Bear markets make people a lot of money. They just don't know it at the time. This is the time period when the money is made. This is a time period, personally, I am spending a lot of time learning, researching, and focusing, accumulating, me personally, because I understand this cycle that happens. Because there will always be bull markets, followed by bear markets, followed by bull markets. Every single time, it's not going to happen again. People lose hope. They can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Thank God I'm making this video showing you the light at the end of the tunnel. So you know that there will always be bull markets, followed by bear markets, followed by bull markets. So bull markets are great, but they breed complacency. Bear markets can be energizing. Instead of fretting over the decline in your net worth, think opportunistically about all those bargains and the potential gains when inevitably a bull market returns. So you have to flip your thinking. You have to flip the way you look at the market during a bear market. And last but not least, just because we're looking at these charts and we're seeing that, there is hope. There is hope for the bull market to return. We have to remember the last leg of a bull market always ends in hysteria, and the last leg of a bear market always ends in panic. I remember specifically the big crash that happened in the markets when the world shut down because of the germ. You guys remember that when the prices plunged? What happened after that panic? We went on a multi-year bull cycle in the markets. Everything was just going up and up and up and up for a very long time. And there are certain events that could possibly cause big panic. China, Taiwan conflict, as well as a number of other things that the elites are holding in their cards. So even though there's light at the end of the tunnel, there could be one big turbulence event. Do not get scared because the elites want to panic the people out. And they want to return the stocks, the cryptos back to their rightful owners, and they believe the elites, they believe they're the only ones that should own this at these prices. They want us to buy, in 2024 and 2025 at the peaks. They're going to be desperate the next few months, next few weeks leading up to the summer. As we get closer and closer, just watch. You're going to see the FUD intensify. You're going to see the FUD intensify. And if there is a panic event, best believe they're going to tell us crypto's dead, it's going to zero, it has no chance. But just remember, what has happened in the past will happen again. This is because markets are driven by humans, and humans never change. So if you would like to, you like my Telegram, I have a free Telegram. If you like my content on Twitter, you like my content in my Telegram group, if you like my content on YouTube, you're going to love my website. I want to talk about this real quick because so many people are thankful that we have this community to help each other stay focused on our goals. If you'd like to become a member of the Zen Lounge, please use the link below. And with your membership, you get access to the Discord, which is 24/7, weekly Zoom calls, Q&As, etc. You're gonna have access to exclusive content, networking events, and more. Let me just show you an example because people really don't know the value that the Zen Lounge is bringing the actual Discord hub. I probably talked about this is one ecosystem. This is Cosmos ecosystem tabs. Look at all the airdrops the Zen Lounge members have received over the past. This is just this year alone. Whale airdrop, like so many. Look at all these airdrops. People get their membership fee back in just airdrop. That's why I'm so comfortable with the membership fee, because if you actually participate and utilize the Discord platform, you'll get rained with airdrops. There's so many airdrops we have coming. You kind of lose track. That's why we have this tab for Cosmos airdrops. And there's even other ecosystems that have airdrops that we also talk about. So these are all like, this is like one benefit of Zen Lounge. We show you like tons and tons of airdrops, DeFi opportunities, first to know about new layer ones, new main nets they're launching. But I think, one of the best value is getting all these airdrops. Look, I'm keep scrolling and scrolling. So consider joining us in the Zen Lounge. But besides the airdrops, it's good to be involved in something that's going to help you stay focused. Everybody else in the world, I try telling them about crypto. They don't give a damn. They just look at me and say, that's a waste of time. And in this community, everyone shares the same passion, same interest, and we could feed off each other's energy, feed off each other's research. And even I learn about so many different things from my members, learn about new projects. So a collective mind is better than an individual mind. So if you'd like to join the Zen Lounge, visit the website, and would love to see you in the Discord. Everybody have an awesome day. Remember the 4-year crypto millionaire cycle, and remember there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Remember, this is not any financial recommendations. I'm just showing you the 4-year cycle. Everybody have an awesome day, and peace.
In this video, we're going to talk about when to sell Bitcoin. If you look at historical patterns, after Bitcoin halves, it goes on a bull run for about 12 to 18 months where the price, it just keeps on going up and up and up. But after that, it crashes, and it crashes very hard. We're talking 80% to 90%. And this cycle, it just keeps on happening over and over and over. And if you think that you're going to be safe in other coins, you most likely will not be, because when Bitcoin crashes, it takes down about 99% of all other coins. It drags them down as well. So we're going to talk about logically when to sell Bitcoin. I want you to keep in mind that that was the introduction of my video. So it wasn't like it was an obscure clip that was buried deep down there. That was how I started my video. And then at the 1 minute, 23 second mark, I gave you the prediction on when the bull market will end. Just based off the timeline, then we can predict that the next time the crash will happen, or the next time the bull market will end, will be somewhere in between April of 2021 until October of 2021. Okay, so you saw the video clips for yourself and you know that I'm not BSing. So the question is, how did I know that this was going to happen, and how did I know when it was going to happen? Do I have a crystal ball? Am I from the future? I'll respond with, you know why? It's because this ain't my first rodeo. It's called experience, competency, and analysis, basically due diligence. So the same thing happened in 2017 and prior. It was the same setup for 2022, and the cycle is set up to repeat in 2024. Let me tell you what I see happening with cryptos. In 2023, we're going to get a teaser rally. It's not going to be the big one. It's still going to be sizable. It's going to be similar to what happened in 2019. It'll be a bigger rally, but we'll give back the majority of the gains. Let me tell you about the real rally, the big one. The last Bitcoin halving was in May of 2020. The next Bitcoin halving will be in the first half of 2024. It's most likely going to take about 12 to 18 months for Bitcoin to peak from that halving event. Therefore, we can expect the peak of the next bull run to be in the middle of 2025, plus or minus a few months, because as I said, 12 to 18 months. So that is the baseline scenario. Now, I want you to think about it. I just told you about 2023, 2024, and 2025. Let me explain this to you in more depth. 2023, we get a teaser rally because sooner or later, the Federal Reserve will have to fully pivot. There's going to be 3 stages of the pivots. You can check out my Fed pivot video. There's a lot of overlap between the stock market and the crypto market when we're talking about the Federal Reserve and monetary policy. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. When the Federal Reserve fully pivots, what's going to happen? They're going to cut interest rates and quantitative tightening will end. So what's going to be the consequence of that? It's going to be two things. The first thing is economic expansion, which is going to be good for cryptos. And the second thing, the US dollar will weaken. This is going to be good for most commodities, and that's going to include Bitcoin. Currently, quantitative tightening is crushing the financial markets. We're talking about the debt market, the stock market, the crypto market is no exception. You might as well throw in the real estate market as well. So how do you think I saw this coming? I'm not a magician. I just know the Federal Reserve, financial markets, and economics. So that's how I knew that all of this would happen as I predicted. So my question is, how did you not see this coming? If it's because of inexperience, I get it. I mean, everyone starts off as a beginner. So I'm here to educate you, so you should really consider subscribing. Now, let me give you an inevitable fact. This cannot be contested. This is factual, inevitable, unavoidable, 100% going to happen. Currently, the dollar's strength is ridiculously strong relative to other currencies. It's because of a tighter monetary policy by the Federal Reserve to fight inflation. We all know that. So this is a headwind for Bitcoin and for all cryptos. Quantitative tightening and dollar strength will reverse course. It is inevitable. It's just a matter of time. So with what I just told you, how could you not make money off the situation? If you want more information on this, I already made a detailed video on this. The reversal is expected to occur in 2023. It's because the federal government took on too much debt to fund their excessive spending. So the federal government will not be able to afford the interest payments if these tighter monetary conditions persist for much longer. They will have to pivot, and I expect that pivot to happen in 2023. Interest rates will be cut and the dollar will weaken. That's 2023. In 2024, we get the Bitcoin halving. That's when we're quietly going to begin the next bull run. The actual halving event, so don't get confused on this. The actual event, it's not going to be met with fireworks and a big pop in price. It's going to be quite the contrary. It's going to be very uneventful. Then in 2025, because of basic economics, supply and demands from the 2024 halving, and a favorable macroeconomic environment, that's going to be a tailwind for cryptos. 2025, that's when you want to get out, you want to buy low, and sell high. You want to get out at the top. Even though I'm telling you all of this, people are still going to screw it up. I know it, it's guaranteed. People are going to get impatient. They're going to FOMO into buying shit coins. They're going to get suckered into pump and dumps. They're going to get greedy. They're going to get emotional. People are going to be irrational. Additionally, people are going to mess up their entries, their exits, and bankroll management. So quick word of advice. If you're going to buy something, whether it's going to be a stock or a crypto, you don't just go all in. You need to take staggered approaches, DCA. The same thing is going to apply to when you sell your exits. Listen, if you don't know what you're doing, just please be careful. I would recommend that you learn as quickly as possible.